Welcome viewers. A new tell-all book by a former Manhattan prosecutor reveals the district attorney's case against Donald Trump is largely the same as the bank fraud lawsuit filed against him by the New York Attorney General. In this video we will break it all down for you. But before we continue, please take a minute of your precious time to hit the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell to get the latest update from us. Mark Pomerantz, a former assistant district attorney who quit that case in frustration, led a team of local county prosecutors who collected evidence that Trump routinely lied about his property values to banks, insurers and property appraisers. And his forthcoming book, they determined that bank fraud was the strongest case against a former president, according to a source who spoke to the Daily Beast. The source with knowledge of the book People vs. Donald Trump, an inside account, due out Tuesday, briefed a reporter for the website and explained that the bank fraud case was the strongest case against the ex-president, but Pomerantz writes about at least two others. Prosecutors worked for years to find evidence that Trump broke state laws by falsifying business records to cover up hush money payments to porn actress Stormy Daniels in a case that landed his former attorney Michael Cohen in prison. But four sources said the DA's office was hampered by jurisdiction issues due to related violations of federal campaign finance laws. The underlying case in New York was a misdemeanor, and prosecutors weren't willing to go after the former president on such a weak case, according to the sources. Prosecutors worked a third case for years, alleging the Trump Organization faked business records to enrich executives and avoid taxes, and the sources said that was easy to prove and resulted in the conviction last year of Chief Financial Officer Allen Weisselberg, and two Trump companies were ordered to pay $1.6 million in fines. The documents speak for themselves, all four sources said in separate interviews. In a post on Truth Social, the former president said he totally disagrees with comments McCarthy gave to reporters. The speaker was asked whether he backs Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's assessment of Babbitt's death. Babbitt, an Air Force veteran and supporter of the extremist Kanan conspiracy theorists, was shot and killed during the January 6 riot in 2021 by Capitol Police officer, Lieutenant Michael Byrd, who faced no criminal charges over the incident. During a meeting of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee on Tuesday, Greene suggested that Babbitt was murdered by the officer and that no one in this Congress has really addressed that issue. When asked if he agreed with the sentiment shared by Greene, who has formed a key alliance with the House Speaker in recent weeks, McCarthy dismissed the idea, adding, "I think the police officer Byrd did his job." In a social media post, Trump has criticized McCarthy for the comments and also launched a series of attacks against Byrd. "I totally disagree with the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, in that the police officer thug, who has had a very checkered past to begin with, was not just doing his job when he shot and killed great patriot Ashley Babbitt at point-blank range," Trump wrote on Truth Social. The NBC interview Trump was referring to was broadcast in August 2021, when Byrd spoke publicly about the shooting for the first time. During an appearance on NBC Nightly News, Byrd said he tried to wait as long as I could before firing at Babbitt. She was trying to break through a glass door separating a hallway from the Speaker's lobby and chamber on January 6 during the riot. I hoped and prayed no one tried to enter through those doors. But their failure to comply required me to take the appropriate action to save the lives of members of Congress and myself and my fellow officers, Byrd said. In April 2021, the Department of Justice announced it would not be seeking criminal charges against Byrd, while acknowledging the tragic loss of life of Babbitt. The investigation revealed no evidence to establish that, at the time the officer fired a single shot at Ms. Babbitt, the officer did not reasonably believe that it was necessary to do so in self-defense or in defense of the members of Congress and others evacuating the House chamber, the Dodge said. Please, what is your take on this? And remember to subscribe as well. Thanks for watching.